I don't think that I have any kids, but if I did have kids, this is why I would be a great mom. Let me just list one reason. I have about 5,000 reasons why I would not be a good mom, which is probably why I'm not going to have kids. However, this is the one redeeming quality that I have to be a parent. This is it. Sometimes it'll be like 2 a.m, way past my bedtime. He will be working. He'll be doing something. And I like to lay in bed. And there is this one guilty pleasure TikToker that I like to watch. There is something about their content that is so fascinating to me. I don't have children. I don't remember the last time I went to a playground because I don't have children, and that feels a little creepy if I go to a playground. So I decided that this is the person that I'm gonna be so obsessed with. On TikTok, there is this person that opens every single video with a doll. The doll is the size of, I wanna say, could be 9 years old, could be 9 months old. I don't know kid ages. It's about yay tall. It looks about maybe up to my chest tall. It's a doll. It's got hair. It's got rosy little cheeks. This is not a real human. This is a doll. And it opens with them at a playground. And it is reviewing the safety of this specific playground. They will bring the doll up to the top of the slide and then just push it down the slide. And the doll will don, 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 don all the way down. Or they'll push the doll down the ladder, and all the way down, it's just bonk, 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 bonking its head. And it's like so comical because the bonks are really loud and everyone there is very silent, just listening to the bonks. And then you open up the comment section and everyone is very serious. I will not be bringing my kid here. This playground will never be taking our services. We will never be visiting ever again. And I'm just like, why am I here? Why am I so addicted to this? I can't stop watching it every day.
Why are you addicted?
Something about it is so fascinating.
Like what's fascinating? The bonking, or
it's like just the absurdity of it. I'm like, what would I do if I do go to a playground for once in my lifetime? I bring my nieces and I just see these full-grown adults with a little doll that they're bonking around. Sometimes they put the doll on the seesaw and then they jump on the other side and the doll goes flying. And I'm like,
like he's trying to check safety?
Yeah.
Or he's like trying to start something. Like what do you mean? Like who's gonna jump on the seesaw and see a child flying? Like,
you just never know. You don't know what crotch goblins do in their free time. You don't know. Have you seen what our nieces get up to? They're crazy. I saw one picking her nose trying to put it on the wall. And I said, at least make it artistic. At least make it a design and make it modern art, you weirdo. Yeah. And then we made eye contact too. She was like mid plucking and then she's like reaching for the wall in slow motion.
Well,
like,
at least she didn't eat it, right?
You know. Okay, never mind.
What? What?
I told my sister once, I feel like it'd be better if they ate it, right? Because like, then you don't have to clean up the book. Because I'm a loving sister. I care about my sister. And
so
I said,
what did she say?
She was like, 70, you're crazy. I was like, at least if they eat it, you don't have to clean up after them. And you can finally get like 1 millisecond of rest, don't you think? And then she was like, oh my God, you're the worst.
Stephanie goes, Mia, look. This is a treat.
Yum, yum, yum. Nom, nom, nom.
This is the forbidden chocolate.
Also, I started doing this thing where anytime I'm eating something delicious around the kids that I don't want to share, I say it's medicine. So maybe I should say the boogers are a snack. But anyway, I'm obsessed with that influencer, and there's another influencer that I'm genuinely kind of really into right now, and they're on Douyin. I can't download Douyin on my app for some reason. Tiffany, my sister-in-law, won't help me. I don't know why. I put out an SOS, and I think that she's doing it for my mental clarity and my mental sanity, because if I had Douyin, which is the Chinese version of TikTok, I would never get off of Douyin. TikTok itself is already bad. Douyin? Are you kidding me? I don't even understand the fucking language.
I mean, you basically get Douyin experience now on Red, on 小红书.
It's not the same as Douyin. It's not the same as Douyin. Let me tell you the craziest thing about Douyin. I come across so many American interrogation tapes on Douyin. Like lots of like weird American culture stuff on Douyin. And I love reading the comments because they're like, these people are fucking weird. And I'm like, yeah, we are. Okay, it's sick and twisted. But my favorite person on Douyin, I don't even know how I came across him. His name is Special Agent Butt.
What?
You know why? Special Agent Butt. His resume is long. It's in depth. There's so much going in and out and all up around it. He's been across 17 provinces in China. He travels 17 provinces, 225 locations, 32 universities, 26 hotels. In total, he is a reviewer. Special Agent Butt. What do you think he reviews?
Butts?
Like other people's butts or his butt?
Other people's butts.
So imagine this. He walks up to someone on the street and he says, my name is Special Agent Butt. And I'm here to measure your butt, rank your butt.
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
It sounds a little...
illegal.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
harassment, but...
Yeah. Okay, but you think maybe he's this evil TikToker that made his career off of that. He reviews toilets. He has reviewed 582 toilets across China. He is a finance graduate from Beijing University, which is like the Harvard of China. And now he goes around. Yeah, he talks about that all the time. He says, guys, everyone, I am basically one of the smartest graduates in the country, and I am going into the niche sector. And everyone comments, don't worry. I think you're the only person going into this niche sector. Like you have job security at least. So he goes to all these malls and he reviews the flushing power of the toilet. Because if you're on a date, you have to go do your business, it doesn't flush. What does that mean? What does that mean?
That means you just left a surprise for the next.
Can I tell you something so embarrassing?
Sure.
I don't even know if I should be repeating this out loud. I haven't even told you in private. Okay, I'm going to cut this out if it's too embarrassing. That time we were coming back from New York and we were at the airport in Atlanta. Okay, so I went into the restroom and there was nobody in the restroom. I think there was like two stalls open, but there wasn't a line. So there was two stalls open. I go into one of the stalls and I had been holding it in the entire flight. We had just landed and I didn't take my anti-gas Tums, which I have to do prior to any liftoff, takeoff, nothing. Something here turns into kombucha once I reach a certain altitude. However, I reach that point, it's a bubbling, and I let it burst. Then I walk out, okay, and there's a whole line of people. And that's fine, right? I'm like, whatever.
It's okay, we all been there.
No, that's not the embarrassing part. Okay, there's a whole line of people. The person in the front of the line, and I can see them as I'm washing my hands, goes into the stall, the only open stall, the one that I came out of, and then comes back out and waits for the next one.
So they made a Yui.
They made a Yui in front of my face.
And then they go, you go first.
Yes, you first. Anyway, that's not even what we're talking about today. I'm bringing this up because it really takes a lot to
I don't even know where we're at right now. It went from the playground to the toilet.
Oh, then you really have no clue where this is going. I'm about to take you on a trip. Just get ready, buckle it up, put your seatbelts on, hands on the steering wheel. Okay, so basically, the whole reason that I got here is it takes a lot to stand out in China as a Douyin influencer. You've got a billion different people that you're competing with, and it feels like everyone on Chinese social media, they have a saying for it. They said this is the profile: fair, rich, and pretty.
Yes, it's called Bai Fu Mei. Yes.
Yeah, literally colorism, socioeconomicism, and then pretty privilege. Yeah, it's literally like the worst three things combined in one. And they said, those are the influencers that you're going to see. They're all fair, rich, and pretty. And guess what? It's not their fault. They're fair, rich, and pretty. Kudos to them. Do your thing. Live your life. Post your videos, right? But there's so many of them. Everyone said everybody is fair, rich, and pretty these days. It seems like every corner of the internet has 50 million of them competing for the attention. until last year, there was a shift in China, a social cultural shift. It was an earthquake. It was the birthing of the UN influencer. And you're wondering what the f that is, because that's the question that I had. What's a UN influencer? A United Nations influencer. You got a lot of questions. I can see it in your eyeballs right now. Don't ask, because I'm going to answer them all. February 2024, a creator named Shirley posts a video on Douyin, and everyone is scrolling. Fair, rich, and pretty, fair, rich, and pretty. Ooh, that's a good toilet. And then they keep scrolling, right? And then suddenly they land on this opening line. Good morning. Today, I am going to the United Nations headquarters for lunch. And it is just one of those moments where you're casually swiping through your feed and you're passing her video and you think, wait, what the fork do you mean you're going to the United Nations headquarters? Is this a fucking Chipotle? I'm sorry, did they open up a Chick-fil-A inside of the United Nations headquarters? What do you mean you're just gonna go eat lunch there? Everyone who comes across her video that day has the same reactions. Is this girl serious? What is she talking about? So they scroll back and they see this beautiful, stunning girl sitting in a car, casually talking about her plans to have lunch at the UN headquarters. So as these words are leaving her mouth, she's like casually tucking her hair behind her ears. Boom! Large pearl earrings. And everyone's like, wait, what's going on? She looks 21, 22. She looks rich. She's beautiful. And she's going to the United Nations headquarters. Then she gets there. She checks in. She goes to the restroom and she's like, guys, I'm going to show you guys my outfit, but I'm dressed really casually today. It's a casual event. I'm just eating with my own team, so I'm not going to wear anything super formal. She pins the camera to the full-length mirror in the bathroom. She's decked out head to toe in Christian Dior. Like everything Christian Dior. Her outfit is probably like $10,000, not including accessories and handbags. Just her clothing. Then she shows her walking through the hallways of the United Nations. She's like periodically waving
Like the
and
headquarter?
stuff. Yeah, where you can't even just like walk in. You can't just walk in there. This is not a museum. This is not like a public library.
Yeah.
I don't know. I imagine it's like the Pentagon. Okay, clearly
so
not.
So what is her job? Does she say like what
Nobody
she
knows.
does?
Nobody knows.
Okay.
So then she's like, let me just show you what's going on. Then she sits down at this like circular table in the cafeteria of the United Nations. And then she has a little plaque. What?
Whenever you say she sits down at the United Nations, I'm just seeing like sitting with all the head of the every nation.
Actually, she does sit in front of Bill Gates at one point. So perhaps, yeah. So she sits down at this circular cafeteria table. It looks okay. I would give it like a 3.5, 4-star type of vibe from a hotel. But it's the United Nations, so it's like 10 stars automatically, because how cool is that? She shows a plaque card with her name on there, Shirley Lin. It's like a little wedding. And she's sitting there. There's clearly people next to her, but she doesn't show them out of respect for, I don't know, national security. Who the fuck knows, right? And she's eating the food. It looks like delicate vegetables and protein. And she's like, yeah.
So she's eating while attending a meeting?
I think this is the lunch break. I'm assuming she would not just be vlogging.
Oh.
Right? I'm assuming.
Okay.
And she's like, yeah, I mean, usually for buffet, like they'll have buffets, like little lunch periods at the UN, but for private gatherings like this, they only allow delegates and related personnel to make reservations. So we made the reservations and now we're just eating. And then she just like puts up the camera and she's eating. And she's like, I think the worst part about this and like being the youngest at the table is the food sucks, but at least you have an excuse not to talk. Because it's like part of Chinese culture. Everyone's like, youngest, you need to eat more. You need to eat more. So then she's just like, yeah, so I just like to sit there and eat so I don't have to talk, but the food's not that great. And everyone's looking at the food like, it looks so good. And then at the end, she's like, yeah, anyway, it's over. It's like the joy of the happiness of school being over for the day. And she's just like skippity hoppiting out of the fucking UN building. And everyone is like, who are you? What's happening? You're so young. You're so beautiful. You're so rich. What's going on at the UN? And everything is so vague, which adds to the mystery of it. Like delegates, personnel, which part, like what team, what private reservation? I don't understand. So everybody is asking all of these comments and she just keeps kind of avoiding them. she just posts more UN videos. And so everyone was like, okay, that makes a lot of sense. When you are involved with the UN, you don't go around sharing what kind of work you do. That's highly classified information, perhaps. I don't know. Probably not. Okay. But it could be. It could be. And everybody is so fascinated at this rare glimpse of the high stake, high political, high impact, high influence life of a UN influencer. You're not an influencer with a Lamborghini. Those are losers. Lamborghini, L for loser. You're UN. You for the ultimate. You for unicorn. You are doing great. Okay, that's what she's doing. So they're flooding her comments, like begging her, please, can we do more day in the lives of like you going to the UN because this is the best shit I've ever seen. And then so she does. She's like, good morning. Today I'm going to the UN headquarters to give a speech and to receive an award. And she's all dressed up in a gown. She goes up onto the stage. And again, for privacy reasons, she doesn't show a bunch of people. She only shows like a snippet of her speech. And she's like, hi, my name is Shirley. And she speaks English and Mandarin. She's like, hi, my name is Shirley. And she goes on with her little speech.
Honorable Chairman, ladies and gentlemen, 大家好. In today's world, young people has a unique opportunity to redefine what leadership means. This is why I'm dedicated to my work as a social influencer and a songwriter, using my platform not just to entertain, but to inspire connection, spark meaningful conversations. I remember the time when I stepped off the stage of my very first concert. I wrote down a line of lyric. It goes, 陌生人啊，感谢你为我解答，我们渺小却伟大。It is this shared humanity that calls us to unite, to rise above division, and to seek understanding in a world that sometimes seems torn apart. I'm deeply grateful for those who believe in my work. With greater reason, I'm driven to do more. 谢谢. Thank you.
Then it cuts to her receiving the award and she's just gracefully waving like a little princess, like a UN princess. And everyone is like, we need more of this shit. I want more. Shirley, you need to go to work every single day. You need to go to work on the weekends. I don't care that you want to have an off day. Get to work. I'm tired of this, Grandma. I don't care. That's what they want from Shirley, okay? To the point all the comments are talking about it. Oh, in one snippet of her UN video, Bill Gates is just there. And all the comments are, I thought Bill Gates died.
Shut
Yeah,
up.
I don't know why. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Like growing up in China, I learned about Bill Gates like 3rd grade in the textbook.
Oh.
It literally goes, Bill Gates is the richest person in the world.
Wait,
Bill
what do you guys call him?
比尔盖茨.
Shut up. Shut up.
Yeah.
Wait, say it again.
比尔盖茨.
What's Jeff Bezos?
I don't know. I didn't learn about him. He hadn't made it yet when I was...
Yeah, he was like, he hadn't grown up.
Yeah.
Whatever. He hadn't done atrocious things yet.
Yeah,
yes,
I learned
okay.
about 比尔盖茨 and then I
Bill Gates.
learned about Ronaldo.
Cristiano Ronaldo? The football player?
Yeah, Leonardo.
Leonardo?
Like ever since I was young, since I learned it at 3rd grade, I always thought he's like a historical figure.
You thought he's like Einstein, like dead and gone.
Oh yeah, for sure. So I came to America, like high school. Oh wow, he's super relevant. Like he's still
Like,
around.
not only is he relevant, I think he's dating someone young now.
Really?
He's like,
I mean, no, I'm just saying. Like,
yeah.
So I think I know why people comment that.
Oh, okay. I thought there was like fake news spreading, or maybe it's just like American billionaire. They're too focused on the Chinese billionaires that they didn't care about Bill Gates. Because all the comments, I was so confused when I was like translating the comments because all of them were like, wait, didn't he die like 1,000 years ago?
Yeah.
And I was like, what?
If I read it, think about it. If I learned about him in 3rd grade, bro, it's been like what? Decades.
Okay,
You know
you're
what I mean?
aging yourself here.
Yeah.
So because of her UN video and Bill Gates in the video, her followers jumped from 3 million to 7 million practically overnight.
What was Bill doing?
Oh, he was just sitting there saying, he was talking, but she had voiceover.
Oh.
It was like Bill Gates was hosting a dinner today.
Oof.
And then she was there.
Okay.
And everyone was like, whoa, this is straight out of a show, a movie. I mean, these are glimpses into such a rare world. And people are saying she was born in 2002 and she's already at the UN. This is, I mean, crazy.
2002?
Yeah, she's so young.
She's like 22 back last year, 21,
Yeah.
22.
Meanwhile, I can't even get a sentence out without drinking water. And she's giving speeches at the UN. And then the comments start reading, wait, isn't this the girl that makes the song covers? So everyone's like, what are they talking about? Scroll back to her past post. She's a singer. She's good at singing.
I'm friends with the monster that's under my bed. Get along with the voices inside of my head. You're trying to save me. Stop holding your breath. And you think I'm crazy. Yeah, you think I'm crazy.
There's videos of her opening for a concert, like a small little concert. I mean, this girl does everything. Everyone is like, this is the new it girl of China. We need to make her someone because these are the types of influencers we need to have. We don't need Lamborghini influencers. We need UN influencers. And it was like the minute that someone typed in that comment so innocently, it's probably some random person like me laying in bed 3 a.m., like sideways on their phone, about to drop it on their face. Like, we need more UN influencers instead of Lamborghini influencers. Post. 2 seconds later, they check to see how many likes they got. Okay, that's me. That's what they're doing. And the whole world sees this one comment. The next day you go on Douyin, every single person is a UN influencer.
Wait, what do you
All
mean?
of a sudden. And then people originally thought, is my algorithming the out of here? Because I posted or I liked this one UN influencer. I followed her. And suddenly I'm getting all these young people spend a day with me at the UN headquarters today.
Wait,
A day
what?
of my life at the UN headquarters. Today I'm going to be joining a very important meeting to discuss world politics and foreign policy. Just spend the day with me as we talk about climate change at the UN headquarters. I was late, so I had to take a helicopter.
I didn't even know your voice can sound like that.
Did you like?
That was weird.
He said, I didn't know you had a quiet mode. I didn't know.
That almost put me to sleep. I got tingles.
Did you like it? Did you like it? That was so gross. I want to die. Everyone is like, spend the day with me at the UN headquarters.
Okay. We get it.
And then another person is like, this is me, and these are my veto buttons. So I'm just going to press the veto for this. I'm voting.
What do you mean veto
I
buttons?
guess they're saying that they're voting at the UN, and they show themselves like, now I'm going to be pressing X. And
Wait,
then they
there's a
press-
button?
Yes. And then they press X.
What?
Yeah, that's how they vote, I guess. I guess the UN is
they're
technologically advanced.
Are they all like young girls?
There's young dudes, young girls. I would say they're all like 20s, early 20s. Like too young that I would not picture them at the UN. If I fucking Google UN, all the people coming up, they're older than my mom.
Yeah, but these are all like influencers.
Yes. And they're all pretty and they're all dressed head to toe. So everyone's like, it's so interesting. Either my algorithm is algorithming or something fishy is happening, because why is everybody suddenly a UN influencer? It used to just be Shirley, and now there's like 50 million of them, and all of them are making content about the UN. And now it's getting to the point where it's not even reasonable content, because one guy was obsessed with clicking the veto button, okay? And he said, I will be repping our nation. Veto. Now, if you don't know, there's like a one veto policy in the UN where 8 countries, if any one of them vetoes, automatically the whole thing gets vetoed. China is one of them. So they're like, this random 21-year-old looking dude just did a 1-vote veto for the nation of China. I don't f***ing believe you. I don't believe you. Not even for a second. What's happening here? And then guys were worse than the girls. The girl UN influencers, they slayed. They came, they did their thing, they did their voting, they vetoed the shit out of everything.
I'm so lost.
And I said, good for you, right? The guys, there's this one guy who's like, spend the day with me as the UN influencer. And he just wakes up shirtless, just
Oh.
abs. And I'm
Ooh.
like, bro, what are you doing at the UN? Okay. Then he's like putting on the suit and tie really slowly, like he's Christian Grey. Then he goes to the UN and he's all like, he's mewing the whole time. I'm like, if you're mewing at the UN, I don't know if you should be at the UN. You know what I mean? All of these people are at the UN. But then people started noticing something interesting. They're all going to the same UN building at the same location, but they all have different commute times. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they're part of different teams. But some of them are like, I just need to show up by 9, so I'm taking my helicopter, my chopper. Some people are like, I have to get there at 7:40, so I am taking my private driver who drives me around in a Rolls Royce, obviously, to the UN. And everyone's like, something's weird here. Because who the fuck is going in a Rolls Royce to the United Nations? So people start investigating. And just to give you some context of what's going on, I need to talk to you about the Gucci tights.
This video is like taking 50 million turns and
You'll never know what's coming next.
now we're in a Gucci store.
There was a scandal in China, okay, where a lot of fair, rich, and pretty influencers all got a foot fungus at the same time. And people thought that was weird. And they also thought it was weird that they're promoting it. Not promoting it, but vlogging about it. Because there's a lot of foot. It was a lot of fungus. 8 of them at the same time. Are they all going to the same gym showers at some $2,000 a month gym, but they never mop their showers, and then they don't give you free flip-flops for $2,000 a month, so you gotta walk into the puddle of water and then you get a foot fungus? Is that what's going on? Because it's not that common that 8 people at the same time get a foot fungus, and they're all kind of friends. So people start investigating. Turns out they're not fair, rich, and pretty. They're fair and they're pretty. And life's not fair because they're not rich. So they had bought a pair of Gucci tights and split it amongst 20 people. And they all paid like $30 for it. One pair of tights covers your feet and everything. You know what I'm talking about? The stockings with the Gucci logo everywhere. Those were like all the hype. And the Chanel ones were all the hype. They bought one pair. And they shared it. Oh. So everybody reserved a day. They had like a Google Doc calendar for it. This day I'm going to this town, so I need to take a bunch of pictures.
That's freaking crazy.
This day I'm going to book this hotel, so I need to take a bunch of pictures. Like, and one person had
to wash it.
No, one person had a foot fungus, and so all of them got the foot fungus. What's even crazier is that they even have hotel packages for influencers. You can enter a chat in China, and they'll say, booking presidential suite at the Shangri-La Hotel. Or the Mandarin Oriental Hotel, right?
Yeah.
Everyone needs to pitch in, and you get 30 minutes.
Yeah. To take photos.
Yes, everybody pitches in like $100 versus, I don't know, probably like the thousands of dollars it is for that night. And they have everything set up to take photos. So you go in, they've already moved the bed next to the window, like all the Instagram pictures, which by the way, I always thought about that because I always go to the hotel's Instagram page and I always see beds right next to the window in New York. And I'm like, that is beautiful. I want to wake up like that. Then you book the room. The bed is nowhere near the fucking window. And you're like, how did they move the mattress? Or they get the table. Oh my God, this was a crazy thing. I saw an influencer breaking it down. She said she moves the table, covers it in blankets to look like bedding. And then she just like leans up against the window whilst sitting on the table to make it look like she's just casually woke up like this next to the window.
Yeah, it's that influencer economy.
It was crazy. So if you see me posing in a hotel next to the window, no, you fucking did it. Okay, that was natural. So they see that and they realize, okay, something weird's going on with the UN influencers. They go online and they find that the UN, you can actually buy a package to do a full tour where you get to go around and be really integrated in the office. You get to go and sit in on some discussions that are obviously not important discussions. You can even sit and eat lunch there with a reservation. You get a little name tag. You get a badge. You get the whole fucking UN experience. But then people are saying, okay, that explains all the new people, but Shirley's not a faker because Shirley, she gave a speech and got an award. Well, according to one article published by mainstream media Chinese news outlets, if you just pay around $10,000,
$10,000?
yeah, you could give a speech at the UN. Like, not even just to an empty room. Like, you're gonna have people there. Like, I guess it's like speech night. Please give a speech on something that you care about. And maybe
Bill Gates will be there?
Maybe, who knows? Yeah, and then if you pay even more, you get awarded an award. Like if you pay like $30,000, you get an award. I don't know what that award is for being rich, I guess, but you get an award. So it seems like Shirley paid for that package because even when you listen to a little snippet of her speech at the UN, it doesn't make sense. Like it's very vague. It doesn't sound like she's really saying much, and everything about it, like I said, was very vague. Like we don't know what she's given a speech on, right?
In today's world, young people has a unique opportunity to redefine what leadership means.
Turns out you can buy a package to give a speech and award at the UN. So everyone realized the UN influencer is not a UN influencer. Yeah, most of them bought their way in. And it actually became a whole scandal in China because the people that were actually doing work at the UN, they were accused of lying. And they're like trying to raise awareness for actual topics that are being covered at the UN. And people are like, "F you, you're a poser, you're a faker, you're lying." So that was a whole thing. So then people moved on to the next best thing. People became like, it's so fascinating because I think in America it's the same, but because we're in it, we don't see it. Not like me, but like Americans, like we're on TikTok every day, so we don't see the sudden shift of different people. But like when you go look at China or different countries, because you weren't in it the whole way, it feels like everything is a period. The period was UN influencer, and now there's a new period that everybody is talking about, and it's so fascinating. It's people that are saying, hey, look, we're moving out of the country and I'm gonna go settle down in the UAE because my husband is a prince.
I'm a princess.
And I'm a princess. And we're going to move to Dubai. And we're going to live there for the rest of our lives. And we have so much royal stuff here because my prince from the UAE, they always say UAE, okay? My prince from the UAE, he had a lot of princely stuff in China while he was living with me. But now we're going to go back and do some royal duties. Ooh, he's a tiny prince, by the way. He's like not even really that big. Ooh, he's not even like the main prince. He's like a side prince. Like if they were to write a romance book about a prince, it's not this one. It's not this one. That's for sure. And then they show the husband and I'm like, look, I don't know, right? I don't know. But he looks more like a Prince Harry knockoff than a Middle Eastern prince. But you know, what do I know, right?
What?
Yeah, they all just look like super white. They don't look Middle Eastern at all. At all. So I'm like, am I confused? Do I not know anything about anything? Like, I'm over here Googling the princes of the UAE, whoever they married in China. And they say, turns out, I'm pregnant, so we have decided to move back to settle down, and his family want us to be back there. So we're going to be selling everything on the live stream. Look at my belly. They're always heavily pregnant. And when I say they, I've come across maybe like 20 UAE married princesses, Chinese girls who have married UAE princes. Yeah, Middle Eastern princes. And like I'm pregnant, so we're gonna do a little flash sale of everything in our house. Everything's gotta go for super, super cheap, just because it's not even really for us. We just want to give back to you guys.
So what are they selling?
They're selling some of the cheapest shit that people have ever seen in their lives. It's like Tupperware that might as well, like Tupperware is like a reusable food container, yes, which should be better for the environment. However, it's like paper, so it's not even Tupperwaring. It's like a paper dish. They're just selling the cheapest things, but they put royal in front of it. They put UAE royalty in front of it. UAE royalty Tupperware. UAE royalty French perfume. And it's like the worst thing that Chinese netizens have ever seen in their entire lives. But they eat it up.
Who eat it up?
The netizens.
The audience buy it?
Yeah.
They're like, oh man, give me some royal toilet paper.
They say it's actually kind of fun. I mean, sometimes they're like, it's fun. And
Oh, okay. So it's like a skit. They know it's a skit.
I mean, I hope most people do. I hope. I feel like some people might have fallen for it. Like, I feel like my mom would have fallen for it.
No.
Okay, maybe not my mom, but I
no.
think that there are some older people that might have fallen for it. Yeah.
Okay, so the question is, are they selling what they have in the house, or they're selling like, here's like a whole inventory of
A whole inventory because
okay.
they're royalty. You know, obviously royalty have inventory. They have a house for their house, and that second house, it's like when I learned about the yachts.
a boat for a boat.
A boat for a boat. Jeff Bezos' supply boat is like $40 million. I don't think that man has set foot on that boat. And it just follows around his, like, I don't know, $100 million boat around, like a little tail. Like, hey, if you ever need to wipe your ass, I got a whole room full of toilet paper here. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Exactly. So they're selling items for $1. The average. That's their product price. Average is $1 per product.
Wait. The light's flashing crazy behind you.
I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to talk about the...
Oh, that's crazy.
Wait, I'm scared.
Oh, wait. Why is it
I'm
flashing?
scared. Maybe they are real royalty. Hello? Yeah, and then they just disappear. They just disappear afterwards, after they make their money. But some of the girls, they decide, I actually want to keep an online career after this. So what they do is, Douyin gets really mad if you lie to sell products. So they will come out and they'll say, guys, they'll come out looking disheveled. Guys, I got scammed. I thought my husband was the prince of the UAE and he wasn't. And now I'm really sad and I have no more money anymore. So I'm going to be hosting a live stream where I sell products for really discounted prices because I need the money. Yeah, they're
This is
smart.
crazy.
They're insane. I don't even know what to say. It got to the point where a lot of international publications were making articles about the rise of UAE princes marrying Chinese girls. It's a scam. Yeah. They were like,
Yeah.
it's all a scam. And it's always like the weirdest vlogging situation. It's always like they're in a convertible in a car. And then like someone is recording them. But like, imagine I'm in the passenger seat of a convertible car and I'm just like, hey guy, I'm like looking up at the sky vlog. It's just weird. The whole thing is bizarre. And that is what I've been swept up in recently. I've been going down so many rabbit holes. I need to get off the webpage Douyin. This is why Tiffany told me I'm not allowed to have the app. I think she's actually helping me because I went through the UN influencer phase, the toilet guy, and the UAE prince phase. But there's also, this is so fascinating. I think the way that Chinese influencers work is fascinating and I have so much respect for it because they are efficient. They know what they want and they cut to the chase. Like there was this one group where they were hosting these walking events, like walking on the pier of Shanghai. What's that street? The Bund. Imagine like walking down Fifth Avenue or walking around Central Park, and they want it to be Gossip Girl-esque. They said like they went through a Gossip Girl phase. Everybody in China went through a Gossip Girl phase where they were doing like yoga on the street, and they were like, "We love America." And then, which by the way, I fucking love the fact that if you go on Chinese social media, they always be posting like, guys, look at this American lunch I'm having, because I think American food was trending at one point.
Yes.
They would go to an American restaurant
They call it like white people meal.
and the American restaurant they go to is just like the worst salad restaurant I've ever seen in my life. And they always go, I don't know how Americans do it. Why is everything so cold? Yogurt is cold. Your salad is cold. Everything is cold. And they were, it was a whole thing to have white people meals. They were cosplaying. And so then they love Gossip Girl. They said, in order to walk the pier with us, all they're doing is walking and taking pictures. Your outfit needs to be worth at least $1,000. Your bag needs to at least be $5,000. Please submit this form if you'd like to walk with us. These are strangers that are just going to be walking together. I don't even know what that means. What do you mean?
Yeah.
They just dress up and then they just walk. They walk.
Yeah.
just-
It's fascinating, huh?
I'm in a rabbit hole. I can't get out of the Chinaverse. I love it here. There's so much going on. Everywhere I look, some weird shit is happening. What are your thoughts on this? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one.